So I am here at Heuer Homes in Cicero, Indiana with Ian Heuer, the owner, and we are shooting episode 4 of Building the American Dream. So 10 years ago, you took this leap of faith to say, hey, I am going to go out and become a custom home builder.
Yeah.
And I always find it very interesting to find out, why did you make that choice?
You know, always had a passion and interest in construction, and a good friend asked us to do it for him, and kind of put it out there in the future that someday we'll get to that. And then it was kind of thrust upon us, and his trust in us was really what kind of gave us the confidence to move forward and do it. And,
Gotcha.
It's been
so you had a friend that said, hey, build my home?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how we started. We had an experience, my business partner and I, in construction. We've been around it most of our lives, most of our careers. But them saying to us, hey, here's my floor plans, here's the lot,
Yeah.
let's do this together. And I kind of laughed and said, the goal is to be friends at the end of this, and I'm gonna make mistakes. It's not gonna be perfect, but we're gonna get through it together.
Yeah.
And we did, still good friends, still go to their home. Turned out beautiful, but.
And that was 10 years ago?
10 years ago, yeah. Certainly had some bumps in the road.
Yeah,
Some things I would do differently, but it turned out great.
Speaking of bumps in the road, one of the questions that I always ask is, I always find it interesting, you know, you talk about large corporations, they have their problems and different things, but as a small business owner myself, and you, what are some things that you run across, whether it's on a weekly or monthly basis, that is kind of a struggle?
Oh man, good question. It's a struggle to find great people. I mean, you're seeing it in your industry, I'm seeing it in mine. Young people have kind of moved away from trades as a viable option and a career path. I'm encouraged to see education systems are certainly starting to promote it. Kids are having more interest in it. Our school system here promotes military, college, or career. All three are viable options, and I love hearing that because we need more young people to move into this industry, whether it's in plumbing and heating, whether it's an electrician, framing, carpenters, things like that. So just excited to see young people moving into it because we need it. There is an absolute labor shortage of skilled trades.
I've met a few of your superintendents and different things. How have you been able to find the people that run the jobs on a daily basis?
You know, it's been a lot of times it's come from our network, people we've kind of done life with. Probably the most satisfying part of being a business owner, I think you could relate to this, is seeing your team grow and seeing your culture continue to grow. And when your team runs with something and does something better than you, I kind of joke, I've worn every single hat in this office. And everybody that's here does the job better than I did when I was trying to do it. So like we brought people in that can specialize in it, and they've done exceptional work. That's
kind of the goal, right? Is to train your people, and you bring up a really important word to me, and that's culture. And to keep that culture consistent and cohesive through your business, and have them kind of carry that legacy on with each client and each home that you build.
Yeah, it's a leap of faith to start bringing people in. Man, a bad hire can set you back, and a great hire will propel you forward. And I've been really fortunate to have a great team that buys in and works hard, and honestly takes maybe what I've put together for them is like, hey, here's the template, and they look at it and they go, actually, I can do this better. And like when you see them take it and run with it, as a business owner, you're like, oh man, this is what winning feels like. So
that's awesome. What is for anybody listening out there that is maybe looking to get a custom home built? What is kind of your ideal customer? Are you more of a neighborhood builder?
You know, we're not. We've done neighborhood projects. Our specialty would be more rural sites that require well and septic. I would say about 90% of our projects require well and septic that are on roughly 5 acres. Certainly not a requirement, but that's kind of become our niche. And I feel like we've gotten good at it. It's complex. It requires a lot more effort and attention to detail to pull off those types of projects. But
one of the biggest things, you mentioned 10 years in business now. If you were talking to a local business owner or another business owner out there, or you were talking to somebody that was where you were 10 years ago, do you have any tips or advice or anything that you would give to a listener that is maybe looking to start a company, maybe they're where you were 10 years ago, or maybe they're a business owner running a small business themselves? Do you have any encouraging words or tips or wisdom?
Yeah, goodness, a lot. I could spend a lot of time on this. I mean, there was a lot of days where I just found myself going, I don't know if this is worth it anymore. And just keep showing up, keep working hard, it pays off. It's not easy, but boy, is it rewarding. I've been really fortunate to have a really supportive wife. My business partner is great. It's not easy, but you don't do it because it's easy.
Yeah.
But you do it because I think you can make a difference, and you see that, and turning over keys to a homeowner and whatever your line of business is, never stop celebrating those big moments. When fatigue set in this business, a friend who's a home builder said to me, he's like, that celebration, that moment where you turn over the keys and they put your trust in you to do it, those milestones should always be celebrated in your business. And we kind of lost sight of that along the way, just in the day-to-day and the grind of it. It's like, you got to step back and go like, this is what we're doing it for. And it's been fun to go back and kind of re-celebrate and say like, this is what I signed up for.
Sure.
This is what I want to do.
Well, I've mentioned it in other videos that I've done, but it is really important, and that's why I always start with, what is your why? Because when you lose your why, you kind of forget the reasons why you actually started the company to begin with. And sometimes just keeping that at the front and center of your business really reminds you on those tough days. And we all know there's tough days, there's projects that don't go right, and we know all those things.
Absolutely.
So one of probably my favorite questions that I ask entrepreneurs and people in general, how has God played, or has he played a role in your life, whether it's your business, obviously, whether it's being a dad, being a friend, anything else? Has God played a role in your life?
Oh man, I don't know how long this episode can be. I would say I've seen his provision in terms of money. I've seen his provision in terms of opportunity. I've seen his provision in terms of people. The office we're standing in, kind of the joke is I drive by this office every day for 3 years, and I said to my kids, someday that office is going to come up for sale, and we're gonna buy it. And we were driving by after church one Sunday. My daughter goes, "Dad, there's a for sale sign on it." And it didn't happen quick, but we ultimately ended up buying it, and it's in our hometown where we live. And so gosh, there's so many ways. And it's the timing, his timing is always better than ours. Times where I thought we had a project that we worked really hard to get and didn't get it, and I was really disappointed. And I recognized, looking back, we weren't ready for it. We didn't have the skills to do it, and we weren't in a position to perform and do well. And in some ways that was protection, because I think we would have stumbled quite a bit. So I've just seen his timing just be perfect, and mine being always off.
Well, it always is, right? I know, like, there's been many doors that have been closed on myself, whether it's personally or in business, and you're always at the time like, why, God? Why did, and 6 months later, or maybe 2 years later, you realize why. Why he was almost protecting you from that. And I think a large part of, business owners is to have that faith. It goes back to the question about, what advice could you give? And I think that there's definitely people out there that run businesses on a daily basis that don't have that part. But I would encourage everybody, and I think you probably would too, is to bring God as the center of your business and have him help you through those times, because Lord knows you're going to have those times.
I would say there's been many a days where I find myself just stopping and praying for wisdom and feeling completely incapable of dealing with a difficult situation, and just asking for wisdom. And wisdom may come in the form of a friend giving you advice. It may come in an article you read. It may come from somebody within your office that steps up and tells you how we should proceed. So you'd be surprised at the ways in which you get through those difficult times. But at the end of the day, I've always been quick to ask God for help, because I'm only a man.
Absolutely. So, well, I can't thank you enough for inviting me into your office and your business, and just getting to know you a little bit better, Ian. And I genuinely really appreciate the opportunity.
I appreciate it.
So once again, guys, we are shooting episode 4 at Heuer Homes in Cicero, Indiana. If you are in the central Indiana, or specifically the north side of Indianapolis, make sure you reach out. I will put the logo on the screen, and what a great company and a great story. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.